Hello, this is David Dean, and yeah, is everybody just loving all these great new wonderful changes? Yeah, this is going to be a video about the changes they have made to the endurance mode, war games, and Storm Shield defenses. Focused on Storm Shield defense, or focused on Twine Peaks. They did basically the same changes in Canny Valley, and I haven't checked out the other two zones yet. And I know a lot of people are really upset about this. I'm kind of upset about it too with how they did it. This isn't going to be a video about whining and crying and complaining about it. This is going to be a video about what information I have on the changes currently, how I plan on building around the changes to make it actually hopefully work where it is still possible to solo these things. And there's some little shortcuts you can do for that, and also talk about what Epic has said about this issue. Fortunately, we have some really amazing people out there. First of all, Laura SC put out a map showing all the different spawn points now for Twine Peaks. And then over on Reddit, Eons also put out a map, and this is the one I'll be using to start off with, and then we'll go back in game, just show you basically how I'm changing up my trap tunnel style in order to stretch out the structures enough to hopefully cover everything. Because now we have gone to 6 additional spawn points on here. And we have 2 amplifiers that previously would not be attacked are now getting attacked. So you have to have a lot more defenses, and where they cross, where the spawn point can spawn to 2 different amplifiers, that is causing major issues, and that is another area where I'm changing up how I build. And first of all, just to get orientated on this map, this is the home base right here. This is the Ridge amplifier. This is the Devil. This is the Pit. The Bridge amplifier, which has 2 cross points, going to make it really difficult. The Hill amplifier, Lava, the Valley, the Beach, and nobody seems to have a name for this one over here. It's the one you place either as your first or second amplifier. So I'm just going to call it Bob. This is the Bob amplifier. So we're going on this. The blue ones are the ones that were always there before. No changes to them, and that's what you're used to. And then they put in, he put in 2 yellow ones. That is where, let's see. Well, actually it crosses here. So actually there's tons of conflicts here. But on your first wave of the Storm Shield defense, we're not going through all of them. The first wave, before it was always from the east, and there's only one path into your home base. Now there's a 50% chance it will be either from the east or the north. This isn't that big of an issue. It's actually easy to defend, but it does eat up a bunch of structural pieces, mainly for lobber screens. And so you have that. Then you move on to the Ridge amplifier for your second wave, which is coming out of the north. No problem. But as soon as that spawned, it blew up a bunch of my trap tunnels for the Devil amplifier coming from this direction. And that's the big problem. When you have these crossover ones, yes, they're spawning in basically the same area, but like when it's coming from the north to the south to attack the Ridge amplifier, the spawn is from east to west. And that's where they're going to spawn and blow up any floor structures or wall structures in that area. Then when it comes over to the Devil amp and they're moving east to west, the spawn is perpendicular north to south, and now it's blowing up your trap tunnels for the Ridge amplifier, causing tons of issues and having to totally redo how we do our trap tunnels in the game. And that just continues on to the other spawn points. So hopping back into the game here, as you can see, I built to the north, but even that I'm going to have to go in and change it. Basically, my trap tunnels now are going to end up being nothing but gas traps, wall launchers, and floor launchers. I'm going to be taking out all the floors with the wooden floor spikes or the damage-doing floor spikes, and then also take out all the dynamos. So basically, I'm taking all those structures out, And the way I'm going to be doing it, because the way if this works out, is I'm just going to be putting a ton of gas traps for when they're coming in, using gas traps for damage, using wall launchers to keep knocking them back, and using the floor launchers where available to do massive damage and also to help toss them into cliff areas. Over here is one of the spawn points that's a conflict, where this is the one I was showing on the map. This is the ridge amplifier. It'll be either your amplifier A or B. And it spawns out over here. And it blew up my trap tunnels, and I just cleared them out altogether. And this was great. This right up here, as they come up this ridge here. This is a perfect place for a 2x1. It absolutely stopped them. No issue, no problem. Great. Problem is, the second we got the spawn over here for the devil amp, this gets destroyed. So basically that tells me I have to destroy that and just put up gas traps up above it and anchor it onto a ridge over here, and then use wall launchers to just keep knocking them back. And that's the way I'm going to start trying to do this. We'll see how it actually works out. And there is ways and techniques, people are talking about them, on how you can do this, because Epic stated that the reason they cannot increase the structure count is because of performance issues. And that sounds legitimate. I mean, people have performance issues in the game. The thing is, I've had multiple people tell me that they've gone through and built their entire defenses. Let's see, there. Now I've hit my build structure limit. I can't build anymore. And what they do is build all their structures first, and then they go in and put down their traps. So now their actual structure count is like 1,000 or 2 more than what you're allowed. Now, I don't necessarily recommend this, because if you get a smasher in here and he destroys your ramp there, you can't place that until the structure count goes back down or gets back to 1. So, and if you're doing it the way they set it up, you would have to lose another 1,000 structures before you could replace this one here. So while I don't recommend that, the reason I'm talking about it is those people that have done it, and there's only been a few I know of, they said they had no performance issues, even though they figured out a way to game the system that they put in 1,000 plus more structures than what were allowed. And if anybody out there has done this or plans to do it, please make a video of it, because it's one thing to, like me, I'm talking about it secondhand. People have told me about it. If you can have a video where we can actually show, hey, I've done this, it works, and there's no performance issue, then suddenly that isn't an argument that Epic can use anymore. But it is one way right now you can cheat the structure limit on this. And that is basically what I wanted to get out there to people. There is a few of us out here. I mentioned before, Laura SC, Underwater Smurf, also another guy I've discovered recently, Tunnel. And get back over here. I think it's Tunnel. It's Chinese characters. When I put it into Google Translate, it said Tunnel. But he actually soloed Twine Peaks Endurance Mode also, and did an amazing job of it. And I know there's other people out there I should be mentioning and not. But yeah, so right now, yeah, this is an issue. It is a problem. It means massive rebuilding and retrying to do everything. And yeah, take your complaints to Epic and then see what they say. I'm going to keep trying to find ways to work through this problem and make this work and find you guys solutions. But right now, if you need a map of the spawn points of what's going to happen, here it is. Once again, just because they share a spawn point doesn't mean the spread out of the husk where they spawn will be the same. It's going to be different. So just because your traps, when you build it for the spawn here going north to south, doesn't blow up anything, when it goes from east to west to attack the devil amp, the spawn's going to be over here, and it probably will take out some of your stuff. Yay, great news, I know. All right, so there you go. I'm I know people love the weapon videos. I wanted to get out weapon videos of the new weapon set because they look interesting and cool. But this is probably what I'm going to be focusing on, just trying to rebuild everything, making trap tunnels that go with both directions of the spawn point out here. And I know already this has to be destroyed. There's things like here. Before, on this ridge, I would just block it off. So when it spawned over here down there, it was no issue. Now, when it spawns for this ridge amp, anything I build up here gets totally destroyed. So there's going to be a lot to be worked on. But hey, that's the challenge of it for me. I'm going to have fun with it. And if you guys can get it so they can up the structural count, hey, that'll be amazing also. So there you go. Wish I had better news for you, but take care. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your creative ways of trying to deal with this problem. And have an amazing day.